Hi grade 5s and welcome to another recorded math lesson. Today's lesson title is Fractions on a Number Line. Our learning intentions and success criteria are: I am learning to develop number sense so that I can demonstrate an understanding of fractions. I'll know I have it when I can use number lines to compare and order fractions. So today we're going to be using number lines. On the left hand side you're going to see several number lines, starting with half all the way down to a 12th, and you might notice that this looks very similar to your fraction strips, which you've seen previously in lessons. And you can even use your fraction strips instead of a fraction line if you prefer. Okay, so today we're going to be comparing the following fractions using less than, greater than, or equal to, and we're going to figure out the answer based off of the number lines. So first we want to compare 1/3, which is right here. Whoops. Need my purple. Good. So 1/3 is right here. And we want to compare that to 2/5, which is right here. And if we line them up, we can see that 2/5 is farther along the line, which means that it's a bigger fraction. So we're going to say that 1/3 is less than 2/5. Okay, next we're going to compare 1/2 to 5/10. 1/2 to 5/10. So 1/2 is right here, and 5/10 is right here. Oh, and if we line those numbers up, I'll do my best to draw a straight line, we can see that they're actually equal to each other. So we're going to put an equal sign there. All right, next we're comparing 4/9 to 2/6. Also said as 4/9 compared to 2/6. Okay, so 4/9 is right here, and 2/6 is right here. So with that one, we can pretty easily see that 2/6 is less, and so we're going to say 4/9 is greater than 2/6. All right, let's do another fun one. These next two are actually going to lead into the next part of the lesson, and I'll explain why on the next slide. So 1/4, we have it right here, and 1/5, we have it right here, and if we line those up, we can see that 1/4 is slightly larger than 1/5. Okay, and next one, I'm going to put a little star here because that's an important one, and same here. Next one we're going to do 5/6, which is right here, and 7/8, which is right here. If we line them up, we can see 7/8 is larger, so we'll say 5/6 is less than 7/8. Okay, now I said I was going to explain why those two are super fancy, so let's go to the next slide. And I'm going to show you a few fancy tricks with fractions, with comparing and ordering fractions. So the first trick that I want to show you is when your numerator and denominator have a difference of 1, meaning that if you take the denominator and subtract the numerator, it will equal 1. And if you increase like this, like I'm showing you here, so 1/2, 2/3, 3/4, 4/5, etc., the fractions with the smaller numbers are always smaller than the fractions with the larger numbers. That being said, take a moment and think about, what do you think would be a smaller fraction? Let's do 3/4 or 99/100. Which one is smaller? If you need to take a minute and pause the video to think about that, that's totally cool. Okay, so like I said, when the difference between the numerator and the denominator is 1, as it is in the case of 3/4 and 99/100, the larger the numbers that you see, the larger the numerals, the larger the fraction. So 99/100 is in fact larger than 3/4. The next trick is that when your numerator is 1, as is the case with all of these numbers that I'm showing you right here, the larger the denominator, the the smaller the denominator, the larger the fraction is. And that's because the larger your denominator is, the more pieces you have, and therefore the smaller the pieces have to be. So if we were to draw a picture, let's talk about 1/2 and 1/4 because they're kind of easy to draw. 1/2 would look like this, but 1/4 would only look like this because we have more pieces, and so the pieces have to be smaller. Okay, so your worksheet is fractions on a number line. It's on Google Classroom. It is due tomorrow, and I will see you in our Zoom meeting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.